Yeah.
Oh, we're live.
Yep. We're live now. Just in time. Well, yeah. So I almost scared everybody away. Heather's been enjoying some sip sip. And then she did a belch, and Jackie was like, God damn!
And I jumped out of my seat.
Oh, she was, you would have scared the chat. Like, no.
Horrified I was. Horrified.
She was just like, her back was up against the wall. Oh, I thought that was good. So everybody, thank you for joining us, watching on playback. And again, my little spiel in the beginning in chats that Jackie and I get together to do these readings for educational and entertainment purposes only. We use our cards, our intuition, because we like to try to give a victim a voice, find out what happened in these cases, especially when they really touch us intuitively. Not I say intuitive. Well, it is intuitively, but there are times when certain cases will just present themselves like, nope, this is the one that you need to do now, and this is going to be another one. So, for us, we enjoy being able to do this and hopefully give the victims a voice. Um, Maybe at some point, a family member or a friend of the victim or the family might be able to come across and maybe get some answers. And really quick, last week, Jackie and I did, we read on a young lady named Nazia. She went missing in January. She's a 13-year-old girl from Detroit. And not even 2 hours after Jackie and I finished the show, I actually was contacted via email by a friend of the family. And she wanted to let us know that we were spot on with a lot of cards and that she was grateful that we did it and gave me links, which I was able to share with Jackie and with Sylvia. I knew there was somebody. I'm completely. So yeah, what Sylvia was reading with us, and it was just wow. So it made me feel good because then it's like, okay, that we could possibly be helping people,
Yeah.
So we're really grateful for that. And let's see, we got people popping in. I don't have my keyboard so with me in front of me because I got other stuff. So we have Karen, we have hello Teresa, Tarot Destiny. Good to see you again. I can't remember your name though, sweetheart. So if you don't mind sharing, unless you prefer just to go by Tarot Destiny, that is fine too. I can totally respect that. Hey, girl, hey. Allison is here. Rosanna, that is Rossi. Yes, thank you, Allison. Sherry H. Well, Sherry, I still say the H. You had that H there for so long. It's like, but she's still Sherry H. She's my Sherry H. So, Voices from the Swamp is here. Let's see. That's cool. I really like Sylvia. Yeah, Sylvia, really I like our guests because they bring their own specialty,
Yeah.
their own
Yeah.
insight. And hello, Ramon. Good to see you. Wonderful show last Sunday with Ramon, with Jeff and I, and our poetry. Um, Fabulous. I want to say young man. I thought he was in his 30s. Come to find out, he's only a couple of years younger than me. But
What?
this gentleman just go check that out. He creates, hand makes a lot of his own divination tools. He's got like this Rubik's cube, like it's not as big, but he's got the runes on it, so he can turn it,
Oh, wow.
manipulate it to do reading. I mean, he's just so creative.
That's cool.
I mean, it's fabulous. I mean, he's so connected and so in tune. Beautiful poetry that he shared that night for the show that he wrote, and then a couple. He did lose internet, but Ramon, it happens to us. I left a whole show and people just sitting behind. And I couldn't get back in, and I had to start another live and had to say, hey, everybody, just leave that one. Come over. So yeah, it's the joys.
And I was on the other night when you were talking for 12 minutes before you realized you weren't actually live. And I was there going, why do I have no video?
Yeah, that was
So yeah,
that was an
technology.
interesting show with Ginger Faye. Her and I were
Yeah,
talking for 12 minutes, and she didn't realize that after she, hit the video, she didn't hit the live stream. So
it was funny.
yeah, that was something else. So let's see, just really quick. Do you do crime cases once a week? Yes, we
Yes.
do. Unless something comes up where Jackie has something, other priorities or other things that might come up. But we usually do once a week, and we've been getting more people reaching out to us. And Spirit's
Yeah.
been, at least, for me, been putting people, in my path. And then, we
Yeah.
read for, a local in Jackie's town. So anybody who has, like today's case came to us from a subscriber. Was it Simara? Asked for us to do this.
I
I
think
believe
so. Yeah.
that's her name, her handle. So yeah, we have actually two others lined up for the next couple of weeks. So let's see. Did Tarot Destiny share a name, or just to make
Not
sure
that I don't
that
think.
no? Okay, that's fine.
Hey,
That
show
is
woman.
all good. Hello, Dina. Glad you are
That's
here.
Dina. Okay. A few names I
Yes,
still have to use to.
Dina. Yes, that's Dina.
Right.
Okay. So is there anything that you want to share that you got coming up on your
Um.
channel, or that you want to, before we get
Well,
started?
the only things now is hopefully next Tuesday getting started with you and me with our lives with Rain, on her channel. And then the only other thing that I have scheduled so far is I think it's the 11th of March with Heart and Soul Connected with Ali.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
because we were doing it was it a month or so ago, and she was very sick, so she had everything
Hmm.
postponed. So she
That's
got on to
wonderful.
me there about a week ago or whatever, and we rescheduled. So we're put in for I believe it's the 11th. Anyway, it's Tuesday night, or is it? It's not a Tuesday night. I don't know. I think it's the 11th of March anyway. But it'll be scheduled soon, so I'll share it and all the rest of it. Hey
Excuse me.
Ben, Ben's here.
Hey, Ben. It's been a
Hello,
while.
Stuart.
Yeah, Allison, I was, I guess then. Oh, excuse me. I got a cough coming up.
Thanks, Care Bear. Get a drink of water. Janice.
Yeah. Her name is, oh, Janice, or TD. Okay. That's cool too. I like that. TD.
TD's
Um,
cool.
So yeah, Allison and I were a guest with Allie last evening, and we had a good time. So it'll be nice to see you with Allie. That'll be great exposure, because Allie has a lot of subscribers, so that will be lovely. You hopefully you'll be able to.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say
I'm
hopefully you will pick up some more. Most
looking
definitely.
for. Do you know what? My numbers are going up steadily now every day. It's great.
Same
Yep.
here. Miss Tarot D finally hit her 500.
Yes.
We're trying to get Allison up to 800. Allison, I don't know if if you hit your goal yet or not, but we're trying to get Allison up to 800 on hers. I just went over 700. That was my goal, so that was
Cool.
a nice little celebration there. So yeah,
I love
just
it.
supporting everybody. And this
Yeah.
Friday, Viviani, who was a fellow chatter lurker like the rest of us, um, when we all started out. She is doing Akashic readings now with Val and a couple of other readers like Linda De Gonzalez. And she's going to be
Yeah.
joining Allison and I this Friday for the first time. And
Oh
so
wow.
we're helping her get her numbers up. She does Akashic, she does animal communication, she does Reiki. So, yeah, our community is growing, and I
It
love it.
is. It's lovely. Yeah, I
It
do
is,
too.
most definitely. So I think that's it. I don't see anything else that I could be clicking on if anyone's sharing, so we can get started. So today was a case brought to us um, by a subscriber. Maybe she'll be popping in a little bit later, Simara. And this is Samantha Murphy. She lived in Ballarat, Victoria, Australia. She's a mother, a wife. She was 51. She went missing on February 4th on a Sunday. She has a typical jogging routine that she does from 7 in the morning till 11 at this park that she loves to go to. It's called Canadian Forest, and she ran there every week. And she went up. Let's see, it was around Mount Clear in that area that she. I guess that's like a certain section and then like a trail, that you would jog. And she did this by herself. And unfortunately, this is a similar story to that just happened last week in Georgia. A university student who was jogging on, the park path near the university. She was attacked and murdered, unfortunately. So it's really a sad world,
It
that
is.
we can't people can't just go out and do things on their own, especially women,
Mm.
without the fear of being attacked or jumped or anything. I mean, this is just absolutely ridiculous. But moving forward to ladies, even young men, gentlemen, when you do a continuous routine, try to break it up, because there are people out there that like to, and then this is what is like likely what happened here with this case. That's what the police are thinking, that someone learned her routine, got used to it. She was there, exactly every time. And even on the path, there's a certain point, and they said that it's about 5 kilometers or something. And I'm not sure what that would be like in a mile or something. But they said that there was something that happened at the 7 kilometer mark where just everything, because she had an iWatch, she had her ear pods in, she had her phone, and then it was just like at that point with the tower paint, boom, just non-existent. So
Oh,
at some point they were in wait and watching her because they learned her routine. um so there is the tip line I left on the thumbnail, in case anybody from from Australia that catches this, or any other news. The tip line number is there. I'm looking to see where else. They don't believe she was injured, like became injured or became ill. This was just likely, they said, from studying it, it's like it's like a sociopath, person. Just, I don't know. I was getting some a little bit different cards than that, but it still could be somebody that had those tendencies that she may have known, because sometimes people blend in. We get used to seeing people, and that's where they like to kind of blend in, be not non obvious, and so then when they have an opportunity, the person's unsuspecting, and they're thinking that this might be something like that too. Oops, sorry. And what's the Sherry? A tale as old as time. Yeah. So let's see. Allison said, I was a trail runner for years, and although I did go alone, it was rare that I did. Yeah. And depending on where you live, what country, what state, what county, some places allow you to carry pepper spray. Some people allow you now to carry tasers. So it's unfortunate that we have to weaponize ourselves
uh,
just to be able to go out and enjoy
they're all
nature.
illegal here, though. It's crazy.
Are they? Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of areas, mostly here too. Um,
I even have I have a baseball bat, or yeah, baseball bat in the boot of my car. I only a wooden one that I got in a tourist shop on holidays, But a friend of mine told me, he said, "Do you have a ball in the boot?" And I said, "No." Why? He said if you were stopped by the cop, you'd actually be in trouble for having the baseball bat and no ball.
oh,
I was going, "Are you for fucking real?" So yeah, I had to put a tennis ball inside in the boot as well.
so what are we supposed to do to protect ourselves?
Crazy, isn't it? Yeah.
It's just
But anyway,
wow.
that's the world
Yeah,
we live
and she was wearing earbuds. Really, if you're
in. Yeah.
alone, it's just not wise. I mean, because you're. I mean, when I was younger, did I think sometimes about some of these things? No, but nowadays, really, especially her being pretty much the same age that I am, we got to know that just that's not safe. I mean, she was a mom, she was a wife. I think she had 3 girls. I didn't want to read too much into the cases because I'm finding out that by not doing that, like last week, when that woman reached out, um, because I was questioning some cards I got, but they were
Yeah.
able to
Yeah.
validate, and I'm glad, because if
Yeah.
I had known any of that, then it would have for me, it just felt more validating because it was like, okay, now I understand where these
Oh, it
cards
was,
come
yeah.
from. And she also had a business, or her husband had a business. I'm gonna close my phone down so I don't get distracted from the information now. And it was a motor body workshop, and they just had showed the picture of it. They didn't say much. And so I'm wondering if possibly it could have been somebody, because I was pulling cards. Jackie and I usually pull cards, beforehand. Me, usually when I first get, a case is presented to me, I'll do a quick throw and see what I get. And it does, and the police do suspect there's either one or more. They said it could possibly be an extra. So I just figured I'll just end it right there without putting any more information out. Um, Husband's name is Michael. He goes by Mick. Right now, he's not a suspect. Just looking at my notes here, they feel that she's not, at this point, she's not alive. No evidence has been found to state either or, but because of just, they feel like she was, she's been moved out of the area. And currently, the volunteers, they've been having a lot of volunteers, like 500 people, 300 to 500 people coming out daily
Wow.
to scour the bush, trying to find her. But they've been having to retreat now because they've got bushfires going. So if there is any evidence somewhere, that could possibly be lost now too, because of the brush fires.
Yeah.
And hello, Sylvia. I don't know if I said that. Hello, Hilda. Hello, Fatima. And some days my mouse will let me scroll chat. Oh, you're going on the road again. Safe travels, my dear. Let's see. A full-size briquette, Sherry. That was the one strong. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, wow. Okay. A whistle. Yeah. But yeah, whistles that. Yeah. What can I say, people? Our laws all over the world really need to be changed. I've been watching videos now on YouTube, and it's just deplorable, the lack of consistent, proper law enforcement law in place for people doing all
It is.
sorts of heinous stuff. It's especially CPS protection for children. Yeah. That'll be a discussion for another day. Oh no, possible lost evidence. That's exactly what I thought too, Karen. Especially when it comes to children, CPS is one of the most underfunded departments and programs. I know when I had just a regular care coordinator, she had 300 people to take care of a week to get back. I mean, it's just what they put on people is just, it's horrendous. Okay, get going. Love and light to you too, my dear. Thank you, and again, safe trip. Oh, and you worked for CPS, yeah. And a lot of children keep getting sent back to abusive parents. Even mothers, even though they know the father is well capable of taking the child, but certain states still have certain laws that, you know, they have to be reunited with their mothers. And I recently saw a story on this, and the mother ended up putting 8 bullets into her child
Jesus Christ.
because she wanted to get away from him and start anew with somebody else. So her, she was messed up. And there were multiple reports on her. They saw what she did with the drugs, and that's why I'm saying our laws really need to be, rewritten. Too many loopholes, too many, we got to move our laws to the modern era now, people. Lock your doors after you get in your car too. Yep, I have a lock on mine. Boom, and when I walk out, I have a big key, and so I put it right between my fingers. It's ridiculous that you got to do that. I am unsure why I feel that maybe wishful thinking. Oh, I'm not sure what you're talking about, my dear.
It's just above. She said Samantha Field's still alive.
Oh, I don't know. I asked my pendulum. I had got a no on it. I asked different ways too, to kind of test out the pendulum. Um, but yeah, you never know. Pendulums, 50-50. Um, they don't like to give fathers children under 5. Well, this particular father got his act straight. He proved he was responsible, got himself, had a good job, everything, and they kept giving the child back to the mother who neglected the child and strapped him, locked him up in his car seat, and put 8 bullets in her little boy. So yeah. Well, it's it can vary. Oh, and a really quick too before we pull cards, I was telling Jackie I was pulling cards for her for Samantha, just initial from my deck, and as I was shuffling, I was going, okay, Samantha Murphy, saying where she was. And this was before Jackie joined me. My screen just went, it just flashed. The minute I thought of calling her, asking about her with the cards, my screen just flashed and I froze. And I'm like, okay. So a lot of things like that have been happening lately. So if anybody in chat, you're doing your thing and something unusual catches your attention, that could be a sign from spirit trying to give you a message. You know, kind of think about what you were doing or what you were thinking, what you were working on, and kind of study that and maybe jot it down, because for me that was a big like hello, because this has been happening more often now. So let me just put my notes here aside again and we can get started. Oh wait, just really quick. My mother worked with a homicide detective back in the 70s. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, this is what we share with people. That's why, Jackie and I are fine now with people sharing, but it will be like when we're done at the end of the show and we've set our cards aside, then we open up chat, and say, okay, what were other people's, what were you guys getting? What were your cards, pendulums? And if you would prefer to share that and put it in the comments afterwards, we greatly appreciate that as well. So, oops, what am I doing here? I don't know. There you are. Okay. So, just really quick, I have my caution true crime cards. Let me just share quickly what I got from those. So thinking of and this is when I started, I'm starting to get the funkies with the screen and everything. So when I asked about Samantha, I got victim or victim's family was familiar with the killer. So I started getting the feeling that maybe this has something to do with the business. Maybe it was a customer, an employee, or something. That's kind of what jumped across my mind. I also have this crime will be solved in the distant future, and the police do feel that she's no longer in the area. And it's interesting that she used the car for this, so they do feel that she has been removed from that area. And the other card I do, because I like to do my threes, I got a closer observation of the victim's living space may provide clues. So I had some suspicions that maybe she might have been having, and this is no judgment, there might have been some sort of affair involved, or somebody might have been infatuated with her. Because when I did start pulling on her and I got that screen, I got the moon, secrets, things hidden. I got the 10 of Pentacles, finances, I provide stability, I provide riches, I provide stability, resources. What's the other word I'm looking for? Resourcefulness, reliability. There's a word that's leaving me, but and then I got the 8 of Cups, kind of feeling like she wanted to walk away. So that's why I was kind of wondering if maybe she was willing to walk away from the business, the money to be with maybe this other individual. I'm not sure. I figured, start waiting until we get what Jackie gets. So let me give it over to Jackie. And hello, Moira. Good to see you, my dear. Thank you.
Well, the very first card I got, which was crazy, because how much does she look like? I don't know who in the chat has looked at has actually seen the fingernail, as I call it, the thumbnail. But she is almost identical to Yeah, see? Same shape face, same long blonde hair. Like it's incredible. So do you think she ran away and later got killed? Yeah, it's hard to know. Like I pulled this and see it as just kind of her being innocent and because it's a page, right? Page of Cups. So it's like a youthful energy, kind of innocent. So this is her going off out in her jog, kind of not thinking anything of it. But then I have the Chariot, which could suggest that maybe she was grabbed and taken somewhere, and then I have the World, which of course is the last card of the Major Arcana. It's like the ending of a cycle. So it could be pertaining to her maybe not being alive anymore. And the card above that, which is the Four of Pentacles. Now, I said this before, but in my True Crime Oracle deck, almost an identical image with the heading Dark Energies. So I always see this Four of Pentacles in this deck as being a Dark Energies kind of card. This is someone who's kind of holding tight to their money and kind of not so friendly, not so willing to help anyone. So that came out with that. And then the three cards under that, which like I was saying to Heather, I only watched a very short news clip at lunchtime today. It was only a couple of minutes. So I know that they had a business, but that's all I know. And the three cards underneath that, the Seven of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. So this could be the two of them. And the Seven of Pentacles, maybe they were worried about money, maybe there was something wrong with the business and maybe there was something going down. Or maybe it's someone involved in the business that has something to do with her disappearance or that kind of thing, Just quickly, a few I pulled from another deck, like we have the Two of Swords. So, and in this Two of Swords, normally, in the Rider-Waite, there's water behind the person in the Two of Swords, whereas here there's a brick wall. So it's like they feel like they've hit a dead end or a brick wall that they're kind of, but this woman is blindfolded. So it's like they're not open to seeing some information that could tell them what has happened here, I had the Eight of Cups as well. So I do get a sense from this that they need to leave emotions out of it in order to kind of find the right information in relation to this. So that could be like, say, if Heather's theory of another relationship is right, that maybe they need to get over that and look somewhere else. This card just said to me that on the day she went out kind of happy and full of life, not worried about anything, not expecting anything to happen. But underneath it all, there was some sort of, like I always with the Seven of Cups, I should say, in the Rider-Waite, I get a kind of a head in the clouds, kind of not being aware of one's surroundings and that kind of thing. It's like they literally hit a brick wall. Jackie's Two of Swords. Yeah, it is Care Bear. And here with the Nine of Cups as well. Again, just that she was happy out. She wasn't kind of expecting anything or aware of anything. This kind of ties in with the Two of Swords for me, because in this Four of Pentacles, the fella is actually a stone statue. So again, with the kind of holding back of information, just hitting that brick wall. Again, I have the Moon card as well. So it's just like there is stuff hidden, but they do need to kind of wait for that sun to come up in the morning to shed light on some information that's not available. Three of Pentacles just kind of shows that they're plowing away with it and the right people are working on looking for the information. But I do feel like I have the Page of Wands here, that there'll be just that little spark of kind of information or something to come in soon that might guide them in the right direction. And this would be an outcome card, the Two of Cups, and this would just show me, obviously not that they'll be back together and happy ever after, but just that there'll be closure, that it could be sorted, it could be solved is the word. So yeah, that's what I have. I saw the Two of Swords too, Sylvia said.
I'm trying to figure out this one card in this layout. vantage point. Oh, it could be a business. Oh, okay. So that's why, I do like having books because even though, 'cause I pulled next from my Lenormand, because sometimes the tarot, like with the haunted house, you got the basic tarot, but there's a storyline or a different perspective to the cards
Yeah.
and the stories. So right out the gates, because I went by, I pulled for the main energy. That felt like a main energy reading. For you,
Mm.
Jackie. You can pull more cards because I just kind of went and made like a little layout, like Stephen had recommended last week. So for the main energy, I went through my
Just up on the
Lenormand.
big screen there now
Oh,
first.
sorry. So I asked the main energy. I used my this Lenormand called to me today. Chris Butler's Healing Light Lenormand. Um, and when you said like she had a black like a hit a black wall, like backed in the wall, hit a black. I got obstruction. I got the mountains. It's you can't move. You're backed into a yeah, try to climb that mountain. So for energy, the first card that came right out was the coffin. Yes, this could be about transformation, rebirth, but asking for her about the main energy behind all this. This could be that this rep physically is telling us that she has passed. This could be telling us that she wanted a change. She wanted a rebirth. She wanted a different life than what she had. Um, I did get the clover, um, which is supposed to be about good luck, abundance, good health, good news. But next to the coffin, oh, I don't know. I got the female looking away, and this is the basic female. So I feel like this may have been her, but I also did get the heart. So there was some sort of connection with the heart, with the longing, and this is where I was kind of like confused. I did get the tower card, and in Chris is what caught my eye. These could be like public buildings or isolation. She could very well have felt isolated, in this relationship, like alone. Maybe she wasn't getting enough love or she wasn't being listened to. But I also looked, and this because of it being representing a public building. This in the book it said business. This could represent the business as well. And when I asked for clarifiers for that, I got the mountains. This is about obstacles. It's beautiful because there's a light, rising. It could be going down or it could be rising, but still, once there's that obstacle, and you're really going to have to move through all this to get over that mountain. There's light. There's a silver lining, but you're really going to struggle. You're being held back. And the last card that I had was the key. So I'm wondering if the key represents the key to the case or the disappearance had to do with this public place. And of course, that could be a park as well. But at the same time, this feels more like a building of like a business, something to do. Here, let me see what else Chris might have recommended in here, the tower. It could be a business, municipal or official building. It provides protection from unseen enemies. So it also represents someone or something that's old. Well, that's a new one on that one, on that take. 51's not old. So I'm hearing about her. But it just may have been that, the love was gone. It was empty. She might have felt isolated. She might have felt trapped. It's quite possible, Sylvia, she might still be alive. And that tower could represent and the key could represent that she's being held against her will right now too, thinking it was something she was going to that actually really wasn't. But to have that coffin jump out right out at the gate, um, I even wasn't expecting that. And so when I asked about some clarifiers for the tower and the mountain, on the key, the cards that I just got was movement. Something happened fast. I got anger. There was anger involved. And now there's peace. So again, me feeling that this may be she's at peace. She's on the other side. But again, we're just starting, and of course YouTube, again, this is for entertainment purposes only. This is, not fact. We're just looking at our cards to see what we get. And hello, Pisces greeter. Hello, hello. Do we know if there was a life insurance policy? You know what? I do not know, but I was curious about asking that down the road too. So, because I wanted to pull cards on the business at one point. So, if there was anything that might have been showing a bit of a struggle, maybe financially, this could possibly have been it too. I was doing some cards last night, and I had pulled from the haunted house, and I had actually gotten Raven on the ground, the Three of Pentacles with the two people over her. So, her being injured and two people standing over. So that too kind of raised the heckles on the back of my neck with that deck with her. So, did you get any more cards for main energy, Jackie, that you want to share, hon?
No, not yet. I'm just shuffling another deck now and
Okay, and
in
are you still
preparation.
doing main energy? Because if you are, then I'll grab another deck and I'll do some main energy still too with another
No,
deck.
we'll go on to a question, will we? Will we come
Well,
up with some?
the next set of cards question was what happened. So kind of getting into the
Yeah,
cards and asking physically, what happened.
right.
Um, and thank you again, everybody, for joining us today and supporting Jackie and I.
Thanks, peeps.
And for people coming in later, Jackie, Sylvia, and I did get validation last week, a couple hours after we finished our show. We did have a friend of the family reach out to us to let us know that we were basically heading in the right direction with our cards and that there was some information that really wasn't out there publicly. And I was given some links to some local Detroit a dude in Detroit has a Facebook page where he talks about cases and things that go on in and around the Detroit area, and he was shedding light on certain cards, that we were getting. So, it feels good when you know that what you're doing proves to be helpful. Mm-hmm. So whenever you're ready, I'm just gonna go ahead and put you in the big seat.
Yeah.
Because I'm still shuffling.
I just cut the deck and picked the top 3 cards there, and I have the Knight of Swords, which in my mind would represent a younger man in this case, because I have the Queen of Wands next to it. And I have the Ace of Wands. So maybe it is something to do with another fella that she wanted to kind of start afresh with, you know? And then underneath the deck, I have the King of Swords, which could be the husband, you know?
Yeah.
So maybe there was something going on. Was it herself and the husband both had the business together, or was it just her, or what?
I just heard, family business. So,
Okay.
Let me pull from the Elemental Oracle for what happened. I'm going to still pull from a couple of other decks. I did get protection. I got cave, transformation, pressure, companionship. So I'm wondering if she was just looking for companionship. There was just a lot of pressure at home. Maybe things weren't working out. The protection, the cave, going within. Again, kind of like that Tower card, feeling isolated, going within, feeling like you may need protection. Protection from what? So that's interesting. I got those 3 cards. Oh, excuse me, those 3 cards. And let me just shuffle some milestone markers here. These came with the Oracle of Avalon by Colette Baron Reed, and they prove sometimes really helpful. What happened? Are you kidding me? I just said protection. That's what the other. movement. There's the word movement again. And then I got forgiveness. I'm not sure what the forgiveness is. Fear. I don't know how that clarifies the forgiveness. Maybe she's forgiving now, but that fear. Can I have another clarifier for the forgiveness card? Love. But yeah, that protection, that movement, the fear, looking for love, forgiveness. Maybe she's at. Maybe the forgiveness means I'm sorry for looking for. It just feels like this wasn't a happy marriage. Pull from another deck here. Couple decks here. And I'll wait for Jackie to signal me. So what happened? Hi, Moira. Samantha is from Ballarat, Victoria, Australia. Premeditated, blunt instrument, blunt force trauma. And I did get surveillance video footage that's going to become apparent. That's going to, because they said, that's one thing, notes that I left out. There's over 12,000 hours of surveillance and CCTV video footage that they have to go through. And on top of that, there's approximately 500 tips and leads and information that they're following up on. So just really quick, what else can you tell me about what happened? Egotism, narcissist, like they were describing. Now it says here is a stranger, unless the stranger, abuse and neglect. I have a clarifier on the stranger. I mean, this could have been carried out by a stranger, but perpetrated by somebody or hired. Whoa, okay, what just flew out? Family drama. For entertainment purposes only. And then this was also attached to it. I have the desert card, but also deserted. They felt deserted. Okay. And then the bottom of the deck is jealousy. I'll give it over to Jackie.
They would make sense with the few that I've pulled because, in the last lot of cards, I had the Knight of Swords. I was saying maybe there was a younger man involved, and from this deck, I have, right now, can I put them in order? So I have the Sun card. So maybe she was trying to run off into the sunset with this other fella. I have the 3 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles, which would show that she kind of like she was fed up with things the way they were, and she was making a plan to get away, because then underneath the deck I have the 3 of Swords. So in this case I would see it maybe as her ceasing to be, so yeah, like they tie in with the cards I've pulled already and the ones you have there now of the family drama and the jealousy and all the rest of it, So I'm kind of thinking like that maybe there was problems with herself and the husband and she was trying to get away with some other fella. Because my 2 Pentacles cards kind of suggest that there was a plan, there was some working together and trying to figure out a way to run off into the sunset and live a proper happy life. So yeah, they're just those few I've pulled on the what happened with a different deck to see what I get. But they all kind of tie in with what I had pulled a while ago and what you just got there, So are we going with a different question or are you pulling from a different deck?
I just wanted to show, I pulled from the new wheat on what happened and I did get, and a couple of these flew right out. I did get the 4 of Cups. There was just no love. I mean, for typical 4 of Cups, you see someone handing, a cup, and the other person's looking away, and still looking at these other things. Here she's kind of like laying on her back, and I don't know. It's like almost kind of like a surrender, like, or like a giving up. I did get the Page of Cups. I'm going to pull an extra card on that 4 of Cups. The Page of Cups, the dreamer. They can be very emotional, very moody, um, artistic, yes, creative. But with this deck here, I'm going towards more the heavier energy of, being moody. Again, like the ego, being kind of selfish. Um, I got the 10 of Wands. And that kind of gave me pause because of what's going on right now too with the fires in the area where they're looking for her. But the 10 of Wands, of course, is about burden, oppression, carrying that weight. But um, at the bottom of the deck, I got the 3 of Swords, and that's a difficult. But I want to pull again on the just really quick on the 4 of Cups. Well, okay, that just fell out. 9 of Swords. So yeah, she was just the relationship apathetic. Maybe this was his feelings towards her, or her feelings in the end. 9 of Swords, just the sense of cruelty, worry. Yeah, whoever this Page of Cups was ended up not being who she thought they were. Um, another one. The Hierophant. Traditions, institutions, maybe thinking about maybe a divorce, having to go to the church, having to deal with the church, going to a court, doing a legal proceeding. Possibly could have been her, maybe too, having a spiritual awakening. I know that's more like the Judgment card, but that doesn't have to do with tradition and church and higher learning. And Page of Cups. I asked for a clarifier for the Page of Cups, and they give me another page, the Page of Pentacles. So slowly taking their time, studying, learning. Yeah, that goes with the Hierophant. Study, learning. Maybe she was trying to figure out, or whoever is involved was trying to take their time. They're studying, trying to figure out. Just bear with me, Jackie. Let me just pull another clarifier for the 10 of Wands. The 8 of Wands. Moving forward, moving ahead, leaving everything behind. I mean, kind of looking back, but still leaving behind. I just want another. Just one more. The 5 of Cups. Sadness, grief, loneliness. Yeah. She wasn't happy. There was a lot of sadness. I just keep getting that sense of loneliness, just wanting to know what. And I'm not, again, this is for entertainment purposes only. I do not know the family. I do not know the the family dynamics. But I'm just seeing a lot of sadness, loneliness, isolation. Someone just wanting companionship. Someone just wanting to be loved. I'm going to give it over to Jackie. Did you have anything else that you want to share, or are you all set for the next question?
Well, someone just asked in the chat there a minute ago. The question, where is she now? It wants, do you think it's possible online communication?
Yeah, that's part of the questions.
Could be.
Right now, because I have what happened, how it happened, I think would be next. why it happened. Well, we all kind of got to know why it happened. So we have a who is involved, where, and also the option of when, and then and Stephen Cosmic Orphan provided these questions for me for a layout to give me an idea, and then the outcome. So do we want to do who is involved next?
Well, when I saw that question,
you already pulled. Okay.
I just pulled on that quickly when I read it.
Okay, so where is she? Okay.
Where is she? And I got the Hierophant in this deck and the Ten of Swords. The Hierophant in this deck, of course, is Nexusism. So, but this would tie in with, in this case, like if she was having an affair with some other younger man and the husband found out, maybe he felt the need to kind of cleanse the situation and get rid of her, maybe she was meeting up with your man and he disappeared, the two of them, who knows? I mean, entertainment purposes only. This is only kind of what's coming to me from the cards I've pulled. That looks like a graveyard Ten of Swords. It does. Yeah. And underneath those cards as well, like I have the Four of Swords, which is the kind of monsters under the bed, arms coming up here in this situation as well, which would tie in with Heather's feeling of her just feeling alone and kind of not happy with her life, and then I have the Three of Cups, which in this deck is her drowning. Like this is kind of the outward way what's like she was pretending she was happy in her life, but underneath she felt like she was drowning. Do you know what I mean? So it's like they kind of clarify Heather's cards, but these two to me just say that, like, where is she now? That I would see this as the husband feeling the need to sort out the situation, and that she is quite possibly past. So yeah, that's just my few cards on that question.
So Moira, I'm going to star that because I just want to get through these major first ones, and then yes, I want to ask about the business. We can ask about, perhaps we ask if there is a message or info. Oh yeah, that'll be a whole part of it. So I went ahead to find out, where is she, and I was kind of, I'm shocked, but I'm not shocked. Because right now they're having to pull back because of the fires in the bush. So for me, now this is the tree in this deck, and it has to do with family. It has to do with health. If you look at it, physicality, nature, a tree. But he's got a lot of red in here, and for me, it looks like it's like a burning bush. It's a burning tree. I mean, I could have just stopped right at there. And at the bottom of the deck, I just happened to look at the bottom of the deck. There's the isolation in the tower again. But I did get the sun. So there is going to be light shined on what happened. But for me right now, it just feels. Then I got the clouds. And the clouds have to do with, things being hidden, things being able to be seen. Depending on the card next to it, because every cloud has a silver lining. And so when you look at this one here, the cloud was on the opposite side of the clouds. Moving forward, I have the child card. So I don't know if this represents possibly a place, and it's also water. I'm not sure if this represents a place to where the family used to go, where she felt connected with her children. I'm going to pull an extra clarifier for that, but I also got the bear card, which is about strength. It's also about, the mother bear, that nurturing. But for me, I'm going to pull a couple clarifiers on that. From the other deck, though, asking where she is, I did get change and I did get wind. And it's interesting. I didn't put those back in because with the wind, with the fires. I don't know. I just feel like there's a connection somewhere with that. I got solidity in her core. She may be buried um, somewhere in or around, but the police don't think she's still in that area. But evidence, they're still looking for tracking evidence. And I also got creation, which is an interesting card for this. But they're showing blueprints on here. So perhaps someone is going to be a map, something can be laid out. They're going to maybe be able to pinpoint or create a location, pinpoint a location for maybe a tower. We kind of got to look at this too from a modern day perspective, but I want to go ahead. Let me just, if I can get a clarifier on where she is with the child card. Well, where she is, she's probably, could also be, she could be with her children right now in spirit. She could be with her children. I got good luck as I was saying that, which is like a good luck. It's a yes card. It's abundance card. It's a positive card. And then the female. So I feel like in that instance, it could very well be she's looking after her children. She's with her children. And with the bear, I got that mountain again. Let me just get another. And I got the scythe card, and it's a man holding a scythe. So plowing the fields. And this could be representing what was done to her, or this could represent a farmer's going to be out in the fields. They're going to be looking at, tending to crops or whatever, and they may come across her on a piece of property, a farmland or something too. Maybe whatever it's near, and maybe it's near a mountain. And with the bear card, there is a lake as well. So I don't have a deck for, locations. I probably should get one moving forward. Did you get anything else, Jackie, you wanted to share? Bye, Sherry. Thanks for hanging out.
No, I haven't pulled anything else yet. I was just waiting now for the next question and shuffling my decks.
Or even DNA, a genetic map clue. Maybe it's possible. Given the fires. Yep. So I'm just going to double check really quick. Thank you, Allison, for modding, sweetheart. I appreciate you doing that for me. Cutting out brush. Yeah, with it now with these cards. So yeah, but with that mother card with the child, I think when you ask, well, where is she now? She's with her children.
Look, Moira said there as well, look, maybe a cell tower if she had a phone on her for your tower card.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at it modern wise. Also looking, it's yeah. Now I would like to know who do we ask directly who is involved? Just to focus on who is involved.
It'd be easier to kind of ask, was the husband involved, wouldn't it? Because if we ask who's involved, God knows what cards we get,
Okay.
Was a family member involved or whatever, I don't know. We'll ask about the husband first, will we? I suppose.
Well, we can ask. Well, we were kind of skirting around it, but to come out and just kind of ask. We're not blaming the husband. We're not accusing. We're just looking at angles at a case, because that's when they do investigations like this. The husband, the spouse, they're always the first people that get looked at. They currently say he's not a person of interest, but they said the same thing too about the Morphew case. So this is us, accusing or okay. Wow. That's insightful. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself.
So was he involved?
And really quick, his name was Michael, or he went by Nick.
Yeah, I'd forgotten already. Was Mick involved? Okay. I just said, did Mick have any info on it? Oh, it's lashing here, lads. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the first card from the top of the deck is the Nine of Swords. So like, was he involved? Nine of Swords is about sleepless nights, do you know? Now this isn't the regular image, obviously. This is a person in a hammock at like the kind of edge of a cave. Surrounded, there's a beehive up there somewhere. And their head is surrounded by a swarm of bees, and there's all these little googly eyes in the darkness kind of watching and all the rest of it. So it's like this would suggest that he's having sleepless nights to do with the whole situation, and that there's eyes on him, you know, with these, where is it? There's eyes down here and there's eyes up here. So it's like this to me would be a yes for this question. Was the husband involved? Or that he at least has some knowledge that are causing him to have sleepless nights. Because remember, swords is communication too. And then underneath it, like we have the Five of Swords, and here's 3 people in this image, you know. So it could be that she was being put down by him, and that there was someone else in the background kind of waiting for her, you know. And I have the Two of Wands, so maybe it's just that he's holding back on kind of coming forward with some information that he's trying to keep hidden in relation to the whole situation. Those would kind of say to me that there is some sort of involvement with him anyway. Yeah, it's looking a bit sus. Just gonna pull some from a different deck. Well, and see. I'm gonna use my haunted house. So you work away there, Heather, if you're ready. Wonder if the beehive is near her body. Yeah, that's possible too. Yeah. I mean, if there's bushfires, that could be out the bush too, you know? Some great suggestions coming up in the chat there, lads. Thanks.
So, I'm still not getting really. This is weird. I'm gonna pull one more clarifier. Let me just pull out my. Okay. So when I asked about the husband, I got the Eight of Swords. Kind of like that sense of entrapment, mental entrapment, mentally trapped, not, you know, because people thought this was, you know, the Ten of Cups, happy family, joyful family, happy family, but it was all, she felt anything but. It was anything but. And the last card with that initial pull was the Four of Swords, rest from strife. So I pulled some more from that deck. I got the Princess of Pentacles would be the page. So that is studying, learning, studious, being very meticulous. The Knight of Pentacles, taking the time, small steps, you know, waiting for the right moment. And then interestingly, I got the High Priestess. So I'm wondering if she intuitively on some level knew something was up, or maybe was aware, or it could be just this is him having hidden knowledge of what he was going to do, or whoever was involved was going to do. I just want to pull a clarifier on the High Priestess. I also pulled from the Haunted House. Didn't you get this, Jackie, the Four of Pentacles too? The money,
Yeah.
the Four of Pentacles, him?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Miserly, holding on to the money. And at the bottom, the Three of Swords. So from the Haunted Tarot, I did get the Empress. So that would be her. I also got the Page of Cups, which again, emotional, dreamer, just wanting to be loved, and those beautiful butterflies. And then I got the Two of Cups. So I'm wondering if there might have been a love that she had going on because she wasn't feeling fulfilled. That not having that love. But then when I asked for a clarifier to figure out I did get the Two of Swords. A decision. I mean, blindfolded, blind faith trying to choose. And then I asked for another clarifier, and that's where I got the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords just being very analytical, planned out, thinking, very articulate with the way they speak. This could be very well him making a choice too and a decision about the union. I don't know. Did you get Jackie?
No, I haven't pulled anything else yet.
Oh, okay.
Just
I didn't know if you got anything extra.
shuffling away and reading comments. Are we going on to a different question, or what are we doing?
Yes, sweetheart.
So what do we do?
Let's see. I have a where and a when, but right now I think we've covered a lot of that. We know it happened sometime while she was on the trail, and we know what time it was between her 7 and her noon and 11 a.m. The only thing I have left is if there are any more cards, more info, in sight, and then the outcome of them looking for her of this case. Looks like smoke. Yeah. She's just pulling. I'm just not convinced yet I'm just going to ask for more info. I'm just going to ask if she had an affair, had somebody,
Yeah.
Also, we're going to ask on the business too. So I'm going to ask about if there was any. I'll mute myself. I'll just leave you on the big seat.
So I'm going to pull on was she having an affair and see what we get. Yeah, it's kind of. So I have the Eight of Pentacles, which in this card is 3 people. This is actually the Hierophant from this deck, and the same 2 kids. These 3 people are in the Hierophant card in this deck. And it's the wise old sage kind of teaching the 2 young kids, So I'm kind of seeing this as a yes, that there was a kind of a love triangle going on, because I also have the Ace of Wands. And I had that in one of the other decks for a question as well, that she kind of had something else starting up that she wanted to move away from, and I have the under or move to, and I have the Three of Swords as well. So, and I mean this could be that maybe she had something else started up, but maybe maybe she had something else started up, but is that a snake around the arm? Yes, it is. Where are we? Wait now. Oh, wrong card. Yeah, there's a snake around the arm because this is the witch's deck. So yes, that's a snake. But maybe it was the relationship that she started that went south. Do you know? I see that hinting at temptation. Yeah, that makes absolute sense. Yeah. But maybe the heartbreak then, I'm wondering, just because of the Three of Swords again, maybe the heartbreak was around the new relationship, do you know? Maybe that went south. I don't know. Yeah, the question was just, was she at? Oh, look at that, look. Ah, wow. The question was around, was she having an affair? So, yes, I would think so. But I'm wondering now, is this Three of Swords that the heartbreak was there and not with the husband, you know? Perhaps, and it was found out, yeah. Yeah, quite possible. Yeah, and you have similar cards, I see, Heather.
You done?
Yeah, work away.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So from the haunted house, I got the Knight of Swords, which is, like the chivalrous knight coming in. It was electrifying. It was exciting. I got the Page of Wands, someone who wanted to explore something exciting and new, kind of like Sandra, and just, wanting to create something. She's got that magic in her hands, that creativity. She felt like magic. The pages are, see, that's what the aces and the pages are actually someone physically taking that excitement, that energy, that willpower, and just passion. I mean, it's just that passionate energy, that these messages were coming. This is what, yeah. But what was interesting, did you say you got the Three of Wands?
I had the Two of Wands a while ago.
The Two of Wands. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I got the Three of Wands. And Three of Wands is, of course, things already set, planned. You're waiting for your ship to come in. You hear them coming, and then at the same time, I got at the bottom, I got the Five of Cups, sadness, despair. So I'm wondering if this is the weird thing. I can't figure out. Well, but then I did get at the bottom of the deck, I did get the Seven of Wands. She ended up feeling like she had trying to protect herself, fighting for herself. There, that flame coming after her. I mean, the Page of Wands, the Three of Wands, all this excitement, this creativity, this passion, this will, willpower, the lighting the flame, the flame of passion, and then it just like, yeah, it came back on her. She tried defending herself, and the last two cards I got for that was, I got the Three of Swords too, like you did again, and I also got the Death card.
Wow.
So it was discovered. Whether it was, I mean, it could very well have been the case of, her, deciding to end a possible affair, and the one person that she was seeing wasn't happy with it, and was the one responsible for removing her, or again, but then when I pulled from the Lenormand, there's the snake, and then there's the woman looking at the snake. So this is how they came out like this. So she knew that somebody was up to, she had her suspicions. I did get the Fox card, which is about, trickery,
Huh.
deceit, the sneaking around. I did get the book. Book is about knowledge, wisdom, and it could also maybe represent something to do with the ledgers in the business, for all I know. Because, and I say that is because I got the fish card, which has to do with abundance, money, finances. And then at the bottom of the deck was the cross, the suffering.
Check out Maura's comment there about the business. Very interesting. No, up another bit.
Nope, there we go.
Yeah.
Did we look at the business? We're going to. The fixed up smash cars have biker gang clients. Now, did you look that up, Moira, or is this speculation? There was recent gang violence. Oh, there was recent gang violence in the area. Yeah, we can definitely look at the business. That was on our list. Maybe they knew too much. Yep. Keep writing these numbers down too. 26. She went missing 24, right? She went missing this year on the 4th.
The 4th of February, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks.
Yeah, Moira said she looked it up.
So then we're going to look at the business, see if her disappearance is involved with. And as I'm saying this, I got the 2 of Cups again. But we'll see. Whoop. And that came out. Our favorite skeleton in the wall.
Oh, I love it.
In the closet.
Yeah, skeletons in the closet. And I had the 5 of Swords fly out. So yeah, maybe there was some kind of serious dealings going on within the business.
Okay, it didn't. Okay, I'm just going to mute myself so I can ask my question out loud.
So was it to do with the business?
So if anybody wants the specific name, or Jackie, if you want to focus, it's called the Inland Motor Body Works. That was the name of their business.
The name of the business.
The Inland Motor Body Works.
Was her disappearance to do with the business? Yeah, someone had asked a while ago too, could it have been an employee? So maybe it was an employee that she was having an affair with, and because that would tie in with this 5 of Swords, like the husband could be the werewolf. Oh yeah. The husband could be the werewolf, and taking down the 2. So was it to do with the business? Queen of Swords. We have King of Pentacles again. And the Queen of Swords, which I had in some of the deck, I think.
I got Queen of Swords too.
Yeah. I have the King of Pentacles and Queen. Oh, it was in the very first. It was in the pre-live cards that I pulled. I had the King of Pentacles and and it was a Queen of Swords as well. Yeah. So and it was the 2 of them it was a family business. Yeah. So maybe. Yeah, these would kind of suggest that it is someone within the business. That it is business related, and that would tie in with the whole could it have been an employee? Yeah. The 3 of those together anyway would say yes to me that it was whether it was actually business related or whether it was an affair with an employee, But that would the 5 of Swords would kind of make sense with that King of Pentacles again and the Queen of Swords again. because I had them in the very first cards I pulled. Tell me.
This gets so, yeah. I mean, there's so this. I mean, our true crime readings are kind of like a book. I mean, you can write fiction on these things.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me get me over here. So the man asked about the business. If it was, boom, that Two of Cups came out, and I know that the Two of Cups can be about a partnership, but this is kind of, I don't know, but yeah, it's some sort of partnership. But what's really interesting is I had that skeleton, that hangman came out, and I had the queen. Oh, wait a minute. No, okay, those two flew out. Then I pulled the Six of Cups. This. I know sometimes it's about nostalgia, but it's almost kind of like gifting. I'm trying to figure that one out, but then I got the Two of Wands, which is about creating and establishing. It's like dominion, looking out what can dominion over the world, looking out what can, looking at my horizons, reaching out, what can I, and then you got that beautiful. I just love this card. I just every time I see it though, I want to say it feels more like a major arcana when I see the spirit board. For me that's more like a major arcana card. But the Two of Wands, putting things together, communicating, kind of putting two and two together. And then I also got the Temperance card, balance, moderation. But what was really interesting though with this, like balancing the books, balancing the emotions, balancing, keeping things balanced, keeping things. I got the Queen of Swords, and I'm just wondering if it has something to do with the books, the books that she saw, because I also got the Moon card. And the Moon card is about things coming out of the shadows, the moon illuminating. She intuitively knew something was going on. She looked in the books, looking into the shadows. I did get the Knight of Wands flew out. And I know that Sasha said she liked that, representing like someone, that's carrying the torch for her. But again, it's almost like shedding light. Just something fast forward, really moving, happening. I'm just wondering, and bear with me again. And at the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Cups. Now I'm hoping that this is not because I do like to create. I do like to write. I'm a creative writer, which I can why I can appreciate this deck so much. But I'm just wondering if, because of the gain activity, or maybe because of certain people coming and getting the work done on the vehicles, if there was, and YouTube again, entertainment purposes only, this is just speculation on my behalf, if she was having some sort of an affair and the husband did find out about it, who better to hire or to reach out to if your past, clients are a part of a gang or may have a criminal background? Here, reaching out, communicating. Let's have a drink. Let's talk. She found out what was on the books. That's just speculation. I mean, again, this card, things coming out of the closet, skeletons in the closet. People, when they start looking, I don't know what they're going to find, but that partnership, that could be what that's about. I don't know, Jackie, if you have any more cards or your thoughts. Hi, Nancy.
Nancy is lurking. Right now.
Mine shafts were a part of the brush where they were looking at. During one of the news clips, they said that the volunteers had to be careful because not only was there thick brush, there were also old mine shafts as well. So these people are really they're risking to a degree, but they really do need to be careful. And a lot of these volunteers come right out and said, "We're mothers. This could be us. We want to help her. We want to be there for her." So it's a beautiful way of the community. Thank you, Moira. Thank you for being here. So we read on the business, possibly who was involved.
We kind of did most things, didn't we?
Yeah. Do we want to just pull cards on the outcome?
Yeah.
If
Good idea.
what would be the outcome? Oh, Jackie, she came back.
Oh, wow. Huh?
I didn't like the card that came out with it, though.
Ooh, I like that. Justice.
Me too.
I have the lovers as well, and like.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to put you in the big seat. There you go.
Oh, you're good. I have the lovers.
No way.
Jinx.
Sorry.
But the fact that like in this deck, Raven is looking on, so this would kind of suggest that maybe someone will make the choice, which is kind of what the lovers is generally seen as, to come forward with kind of witness information, that will bring about this justice, to balance out these scales, because the scales are unbalanced in this justice card, So yeah, that's just a quick 2 cards on that.
I just had a thought. What if we've been looking at this the wrong way?
Go on.
What if it wasn't her the one that was having the affair?
Oh, yeah.
And because you see how Raven is looking in on 2 people?
Yeah.
What if it was the other way around? Because I got, oops, sorry, because I got her again. This is so very her. I did get the Ace of Swords, not my favorite card in the deck, the image, but becoming aware, something clear. It's basically about clarity, not really with that sword, but
and self-sabotage, I heard someone say, with that ace of swords as well,
really too self-sabotage. And then I got the 5 of Cups again, the grief, the sadness, maybe even the drinking. Why? Because she came across this.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to mute myself and just kind of see if it was the husband having the affair.
Yeah. And we must do that one you started as well. If there's a message or info she would like to communicate.
Yeah, I think that was part of her communication right there. Maybe for me, she was saying, it wasn't me the one that was having. So that's why I was like, I'm going to look at it the other way too.
Was it the husband was having an affair?
And she found out, and she was going to ask for a divorce. Hmm. 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 You all set?
I'm just trying to make sense of the world card in this case. Was it the husband was having an affair? I have the world card and I have the 7 of swords, which would be her again seeing something, you know, because there's 2 here in the background, so that could be her seeing whatever was going on. But I'm trying to tie the world card in with the answer to that question, was that the husband was having the affair. But the next card then under the deck is the 3 of swords. So, which in this case is the vampire hunter killing the vampire. So, yeah. I mean, I would see the 7 of swords anyway as her seeing him. Do you know, like the lover's card that you pulled, or that the 2 of us pulled. But I don't know about the world. Right now, have a look.
You mean the one with the scissors?
Yeah, why would she have a scissors, I wonder?
I don't know. It just
just want to see what keywords they have for that.
I could get some interesting cards. You're supposed to read from the top of the deck, but I can't. Oh, the cards on the bottom. You know, geez. But yeah, I highlighted that, Care Bear. So you got the 7 of swords. I got the 7 of pentacles. Oops. So maybe she went looking at the finances.
Yeah.
And looking at and she saw something that, ow, you know, she got pricked. She's bleeding. She's upset. I did get a page. I got a page of pentacles. I was trying to ask for a verifier to figure out if that's possibly an individual that he was cheating. Very well be, you know, I hate to say it, but a lot of times, you know, the older men, they will, you know, they will go for the younger girls. Because in this deck here, this page, she's just, you know, she's pure energy. She's loving. The animals love her. She's nature. She's, you know, nature, voluptuous. It's fertility, you know, studious, grounded, potential. But then after that, I did get the 5 of Wands. There's that struggle. There's that fighting. There's that conflict. And what goes with that? The Emperor. And when I looked, the clarifier for the page I got was the 6 of Swords. Maybe her trying to get away from it. Maybe it's I don't know. Not quite sure. I mean, to me, it's a storm. It's raging. You know, you're not sure if you're going to make it across. You're trying to move forward from that. Yeah, she was trying to move away from that, get away from the situation. There's the conflict. There's him holding his gun, and at the bottom, I got the 3 of Cups, followed by the 10 of Swords.
Yeah, I just looked up my my world card, you know. And it says just one sentence that made sense. It says she embraces what she used to avoid. So like this was for the question, was it the husband having an affair? So she was after embracing what she was trying to avoid, having seen what was going on. And then she ended up a Three of Swords, do you know?
Yeah. So I did see this and I wanted to bring this up. I just read article released 3 hours ago about searching those shafts, and they brought up possibility that a searcher could be responsible. Sometimes that's what they thought about Delphi too.
Yeah.
Abby and Libby, that one of the people pretending to be a searcher.
Yeah.
They don't think Alan was there, but they might think that somebody who may have been involved. It was something they had to take into consideration. We can pull cards on that.
It usually happens, yeah, because that happened here 10 years ago or so. A young fella accidentally killed a younger child, and himself and the father went out and joined the search after they'd, hidden his body in that. So yeah, that happens. So how are we wording our question?
If one of the searchers, one of the volunteer searchers is responsible for Samantha's, if they're involved in Samantha's disappearance.
Yeah, true, Care Bear. Yeah.
Yeah, because that was the suspicion too for Delphi when they were out looking for the girls. I don't think this is the right deck to use for these readings. I don't know. At least not today. This is not making sense. Oh, I'm sorry, hon. I forgot to mute myself.
Talking away to herself. Was one of the searchers involved? Well, this first one just flew out, the 10 of Cups. So that would suggest to me that, yes, they're just trying to make it look like that card question is what investigators are looking into. This 10 of Cups would just suggest to me that, like, yeah, they were trying to pretend like they were being nice and happy and helpful and looking out for the, pillar of the community, like this Care Bear just said, community, pillar of the community, going out and helping. But I have the devil card then underneath. So yeah, they were just trying to kind of hide the fact that they were a cause. So yeah, they'd suggest to me that it's quite possible that they were out, because that does happen a lot. In numerous cases where that has happened. So that's always a possibility.
Interesting. So from that joint deck that I did, I got Adams building. So it's like you're building building maybe an alibi, building their reputation. They're trying to build build a character. I did get the change. This came up again. This was an earlier, the wing card, and it's about change. So they could very well be changing the direction, and also with the wind again with the fire, because at the bottom of the deck, I got bushfires. There's the bushfire card. I got surrender. And you were talking about like pillars of, society. Don't those look like pillars? pillar of society, surrender. And I also got the time card, discipline. So maybe by helping, they're trying to buy themselves time, trying to make themselves look like they're good. But I end up pulling from the Lenormand again, and I got the ring, which is about commitment, showing that we're committed to the cause. Um, Rings to commitments in business, commitments in marriages, commitments. After that, though, I did get the whip, which is about betrayal, pain, infliction. And I also got the crane, or the stork, excuse me, which represents change, like the wind card, change, restlessness, migration, and upheavals. So they could very well be, while out there helping search, they could be very well contaminating the crime scene, contaminating the investigation by being a part of it. And migration too. They feel that she's been moved. So I don't know. That's interesting. Yeah, not a good card. No, it makes me think of the Seven of Pentacles card. Yeah, there's an insane amount of shafts. Same problem with Crystal Reislinger in Colorado that went missing. There's so many mine shafts up there in Colorado that people feel that either they're going to find her remains in that boneyard, or Quintana. They were looking for Quintana, where they found Susan Morphew and a couple of other people. Could very well be, either the shafts, they're going to be there. But there was another one. I know Myra already left. Do we answer this? Perhaps we could ask if there's a message or info she would like to communicate. We can specifically ask that. I feel like a lot too that she's been coming through the cards, especially with I'm with my children, protecting my children. Message. I'm just going to put Jackie over here. I thank you again, everybody, for joining us today. We appreciate you very much.
Thanks, peeps. I just asked that question, did you want to communicate anything? And I just pulled one card from the top of the deck, and I got the judgment card in this deck. And here it is. Here it's Raven, the main character, like saving her kind of younger self, kind of an idea. And there's all these zombies in the background. So it's like she's kind of saying that it will be solved, that she'll kind of get the better of all these zombies, she'll save herself, so to speak, that she will somehow kind of, I suppose, make it be known what happened to her,
Okay.
And I have the what's this again? Temperance card underneath, which would just suggest that it might take a bit of patience, and people just have to be patient and wait a bit longer, but that it will be sorted out, because I had that justice card earlier as well, remember? So yeah, I think she's just saying we need to have patience, that it'll happen.
Yeah. And so what I got was discernment. Just really being discernment, practicing, that word is like, watching, exact, because they're with all these crime shows and things and stuff. There are a lot of people that doing it privately through their own channel. Even media has a habit of doing it. They throw out conjecture, they throw out conspiracy in there. Sometimes it's hard to find the facts. So the message is discernment. Use discernment when you're looking for clues, when you're listening for, listening to evidence. Just really use your discernment, use your intuition. Her eyes are covered. So just really feeling inside, what's going on. I also got volcanoes, which is power. Again, there's that fiery card, the fire card. But then, this is interesting. I got the blue card. The unexpected is going to happen. There's going to be an unexpected turn in events with the case. One that somebody is probably not going to think is going to see coming. Continue to have trust. Like Jackie, you were saying, be patient, trust in the process. It's going to be figured out. And when it comes to mine shafts, this is just interesting. I got cave again, protection. And I also got the ice and purity card. But what I'm looking at here, it's like underground, kind of like a cave where she's sleeping. Interesting. So that's what I have.
Very.
Yep, burrs. Wow, all these cards around me. I got quite a bunch of work to do after putting these away. Although I might keep them out and keep throwing cards. But I think we pretty much covered all of it. And as we get in here new information, we can always do a second part. Just like any of the other cases too.
Yeah.
Especially with me with Delphi, I'm really hooked onto that Delphi case with those girls. Because there is so much conjecture and conspiracy that's put out there that I've even been noticing comments in our chats afterwards, Jackie, where people are throwing in, paragraph after paragraph. And a lot of this, well, this person said that they heard them say, and this is what, and I'm just like, just because it doesn't mean it's true. You really kind have to just take everything you hear with a grain of salt. And just because one person says it, like the car said, discernment. Just be really, just take everything with a grain of salt, and just try to really focus on the facts and what can be proven at that time. So, but yes. Oh, thank you, Fatima. You're still here. The birds in Lenormand. Yeah, that's like the Twitter, the gossip, the talking. And then in the one that I have with the owls, that's more like communications that are bringing wisdom, insight, clarity, So everybody, thank you again for joining Jackie and I. Almost 2 hours today. It doesn't even feel like it. Wow. So next week, as far as I know, Jackie and I will both be back. We will be looking at another case that was brought to our attention. It's a case that's probably around, I think, 24, 27 years old, of a young lady that went missing after leaving her house to go get went on a drink run from a party. And she hasn't been seen since. So she will be the next case for next week. And so it's Wednesday. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your week. I will be again on tomorrow night with Allison Viviani. Will be joining us first time on my channel. So it'll be lovely to have her on. So she does Akashic readings, animal communication. So if anyone, has any animal questions, or if they would like to have their Akashic records tapped into, come on by. And Jackie, you said you have Allie next week, or is that this week?
No, it's March 11th.
March, okay.
Yeah, it's a couple of weeks away anyway.
Okay. So yeah, and Jackie does her daily posts when she can. She does her daily car polls. And so check that out as well. Keep an eye. And we will see everybody on our next live. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you again.
Guys.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.